What is up, guys? Welcome back to another director's cut. And before we get into this one, I just want to say, if you have not seen this original video, please link it down below. You can go watch it. I like how Tim waved with his pack of cigarettes. I don't think he was expecting me to do that. But this is a classic. This is the old Slaughterhouse that actually had wound up being a bunch of stuff, but notably a slaughterhouse was what it was a long time ago. Kind of a spooky place too. It's kind of in a weird location, not a great part of town, and it's pretty obvious that there have been people in and out of there. So like that aspect of being on edge was definitely there. But this place, of course I was here with Tim from Breaking the Shell and James the Fam. Of course Tim no longer does YouTube, and James does, but I have not had the pleasure of hanging out with James for quite some time. So I know he's still out there doing some fun stuff, and I'm sure we'll get together at some point. But anyways, this place, that building right there I just looked at, it's like offices and stuff. And it had a weird, like, you were being followed everywhere you went there feeling to it. And this place is extremely massive, to be honest. There's so many big warehouse buildings and little, like, mechanical room buildings and stuff. And now you can just see these are so big, my lighting can't even penetrate. I have to get close to the wall so my lights have something to reflect off of, so you can even see anything. But it was huge. It was just this huge complex. I think now someone's leased it out or something, because there's like machinery there every time I drive by. So I think someone's like either purchased the place or they're leased it to store stuff. I'm not sure, but I know it's not very accessible anymore. So yeah, you can just see how tall that is. Like, it's just way up there. I mean, it's probably 50 foot at least, 40, 50 feet high. And lots of bird poop and dead birds we found along through here. But yeah, the slaughterhouse, I know at one point there was a chain just happened to start swinging. I remember that. We were all in this one smaller building where, I guess, if I remember correctly, it was like kind of like where they kept the meat cold once they slaughtered the animal, and they had it cut in halves, ready to go for processing and packaging. It seemed like it was like a chill, like a freezer room or a cooler room. I haven't actually watched this video in a couple years, so I'm just going off of sheer memory. But that, if I remember correctly, we'll see here in a minute. I mean, I will eventually get there. But right now we're just exploring these big, vast warehouses, and I'm not sure exactly. I know all these weren't used for slaughtering. I think these were here, the older ones. There's some more, when I say more modern, probably built in the 50s or 60s. I know this place is pretty old. And then that stuff like that freaks me out when something's flooded, full of water. Yeah, I can't stand it. I think this might be the building. And you notice like the insulated walls, there's the racking where the beam going through there, that's where like they would hang them and they would roll. Yeah, I'm pointing that out now. They had things that would conveyor that on it. And I don't know if this was a kill floor or what, but that had the hoist with a chain there. And see, it's just sitting there rocking back and forth, which was kind of weird. And I don't know. I can't explain that. But it was a little freaky. Of course, James is going to grab everything and play with it. But yeah, I wish this place was accessible nowadays. I mean, it was a cool vibe, creepy as a heck. I mean, This place had it all, you know. It had all kinds of corners and buildings, and just the whole ambiance was there. And I loved it. I wish I got to do some more there. I don't know what I'm zooming into there. You can't even see it. You can see we're outside, and it just keeps going. It's a complex. And there's virtually just one way in and out, so that always plays a huge role in the creep factor. Is you only have one way in, one way out, so that always kind of messes with your head a little bit when you're in these places filming. It's like you don't know if you're going to open this door and there'd be 20 people in there sleeping or hiding out. You don't know what people's intentions. So this looked like a meat processing room here to me. The way that sink is over there and everything, this is probably where they butchered the meat. Maybe. I could be wrong, but I know this is bathrooms or something back here. I don't know. This has been so long. This is kind of like watching it over again. And that has like blood drain look to me. I actually worked at a slaughterhouse years ago for a brief amount of time. And I remember they had the big pit in the floor for the blood and everything to go to. And they'd collect all there so they could collect it later and send it off to wherever it was going to make dog food, I guess. Because they used to take like the feet and heads and stuff and send that off to make dog food. Another massive warehouse here. Just roaming around, exploring at this point. Because, I mean, we didn't really investigate like paranormal or anything. We just kind of seeked out these huge places that were rumored to be haunted and just kind of walked around to see if anything happened. I was still pretty new at paranormal and didn't really know what I was doing at the time. Still learning at this point, but especially then it was just kind of like, I'm here. Where's the ghosts? Come out and play. And, we actually caught some evidence. I mean, we caught a lot of stuff like that. But, now with using the tools we have and methods of doing it, I feel a lot more confident going into different, even if it's just like a small little place, like a little cabin or something, I can use the tools I have and still be able to create a video, Because back then, we relied on kind of an epic location to make the video. Because our investigating skills weren't there, And not to say that I'm perfect now, but I'm just saying, I've tried to grow over the years of doing this and become better and more efficient. I did a video a couple nights ago. You guys will see it soon. It was the first time in a while that I was just kind of dumbfounded because so many things were happening at once. And it was so surreal, and it didn't feel like it felt like something was wrong. Like everything was malfunctioning. And there was this extreme energy, and like the K2 meter lit up and stayed lit up the whole time. So like normally when something like that happens, I look for like the high tension power lines, like the big, if you know what I'm talking about, it's like the big towering things that take power lines like over mountain range for long distances, long distance power line. I don't know exactly what you call them, but I just like high frequency or whatever. Normally that's a culprit that makes equipment kind of go wonky, but there was none there. And that's the crazy part, is like we're literally in the middle of the forest on a peninsula surrounded by water. So I really don't know. I mean, the only explanation I know is there's like a nuclear power plant and weapons facility kind of nearby, but not on that spot where we were at. I don't know. Like, the REM pod was going off, but it wasn't like the K2 meter stayed lit up, but the REM pod would go on and off, stay on forever, and then go away. I mean, it was insane. It was absolutely bonkers, and it's only in this one spot on this one memorial. So I ain't gonna spoil any more for the video, but it was, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was gonna pull out the echo box, but like the REM pod wouldn't stop going off and bringing us back over. And we have a theory, which you'll see in the video when it comes out. We had a theory to it, but I don't know. It was one insane night, and it culminated in one of us getting injured. Just leave it at that. It was not very pleasant. So, not a safe place. I think there's something really powerful there, and I really don't want to toy with it again. But anyways, I rambled off of this video, guys, but we're still kind of, like I said, this is back when I just kind of done explore paranormal, like just kind of urban exploring at night in a haunted location. Sometimes things happened. That's kind of where we're at. And that camera, I still have this camera, and I love this camera that I'm filming with here. It's the Sony AX33. Its only issue is if it gets out of focus and at nighttime, it is hard to get it back in focus. There we go. You notice I keep having to play around with it to get it to focus back in. But great camera. I mean, just absolutely great camera. It's my old faithful. I still use it from time to time. I have a Sony it's like a 5100 something. It's not a higher end camera, but it's a good camera I use now. For doing this, it's good low light. And I'll be honest, I've filmed a couple videos on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, and they are incredible footage. I think better than any of my cameras, my expensive cameras I have. So, but anyways, you know, I want to just, you know, these were fun experiences though, you know, learning, and I still love to explore places. It's just gotten to a point where it's like there's the risk of getting in trouble anymore. What is that in there? That's just a wall. For a second, as I was approaching that, I thought that was a sofa sitting in the middle of the water. And see, you can't even tell how deep that is. That, and then see, there's like a doorway. I think that was like a whole level underneath that's flooded. And I think maybe some of these buildings are connected underground. Yeah, see that? Ugh. That's horrible. Maybe it's not like that. Then there's another one that's covered up. So it's like, ugh. I have a phobia of like nasty water inside of buildings. I learned that doing this. I didn't know I had that phobia until I started doing this kind of stuff, and let me tell you, I don't like it. I really don't. You ever get that feeling when you, like, you're at a really tall area and like your legs almost give out and you get like this numbing sensation? It's like you're paralyzed with fear almost. That's what happens when I see things like that. And when I realize there's a danger I could fall into or through a floor into it, that's when it gets real for me. Like, I start panic attacking virtually. Now, my camera I use now would be able to see much better in this place. I wish I could go back. You know, there's a couple spots there I'd like to like investigate, but I don't think it'll happen. But I'm glad we got to go when we did. I think this was like early. I think this is 2017. Like fall, like winter, like fall of 2017, October. This is the first time James come into town. And Tim passed this place. He actually found it. I'll give him credit for finding this place. And somebody he had worked with, I think, told him, hey, you need to go check this place out if you're doing spooky stuff. There's some... It was rumors. I found out after we filmed this that some people, like, after it closed down, they found some people dead here. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but that's the rumors. That's kind of what was spread around. So, anyways, this is an interesting little room. I don't know if it's office. It's like a medical room, honestly. Like, it's like if you're at a doctor's office, isn't it? And it very well could have been like a doctor's office in there. And this is the building here. This one creeped me out. I think if there's any paranormal activity, if there's one spot in this place that has paranormal activity, it's here. Because this place really just gave me the heebie-jeebies. And there's a turlet, of course. Ooh, that's nasty. But yeah, it's this place here, especially when I go up to the little attic spot, and like that door I couldn't open it. I remember that. And when you can't open a door in a place like this, it just weirds me out. But then that's the door there. Like, that's the room that I was trying to go into. So nothing was there. But look at executive desk. Somebody wrote die in it. But yeah, it's... that scared me. That scared me now. I didn't expect Tim to be right there behind me. We normally split off and go different spots, when we film together. But yeah, I'm not sure what these are. Like, what did they do in these little things here? If anybody knows, please comment. I know it's some kind of... I'm trying to read it. St. Charles. I have no idea. It kind of looks sciencey. I know there's a sprinkler riser right there. And of course, I have to look through things because I'm nosy. But yeah, this was a fun adventure. I remember I think we went to the Greenback Castle the same time. So it was a good time. And I remember that there was a room back there that we couldn't find a way to other than climbing through the wall. I think Tim did it. I didn't, because I'm chubby. But somebody had gondolier. But yeah, see, I'm fascinated to see what's left behind in these places. And there was a calendar. If I'd have just looked at it, would have given me a date of somebody being there. But I didn't. I just moved on. And there's a big safe filing cabinet too. So I say I should look in it because nothing. And then there's a date. I did see that. Okay. 4/16/1990. I don't know what they're figuring up something. Looks like copper and chops. I have no idea. Somebody's doing a little bit of math. It looked like. But this is the area up here that really just kind of gave me the creeps. I kept feeling like somebody or something was up there with me. And I feel like something happened up here, but I can't remember. I just remember the creep fact. I feel like somebody might have been... I mean, who knows? Somebody could have been hiding from us up here. You know, if you were living here finding a place to stay, it's very possible that, 3 men with tons of lighting coming through, you might think are like some kind of authorities or cops or something. See, that stuff's from it being a metal place, like a metal manufacturer, which makes a lot of sense. I think originally it was a slaughterhouse, because that's, from what I understand, it dates back to the late 1800s as a slaughterhouse. Like maybe that some of them really old buildings, but then it turned into like a metal place. I don't know. Who knows? I know it was both, and I don't know the time frames of each one. But just run into more dead ends. But we are coming close to an end here. I know I've rambled on a little bit, but I enjoy making these. I enjoy looking back on them. I say this every time. Please comment down below. Let me know what you want to see. And I'll try to get it done for you. Like I said, I do these every Sunday is when I try to release these director's cuts. And I plan on doing a bunch more. I hope you all enjoy it. And I will see you all soon. Remember, I have a Patreon, and consider hitting the memberships for more bonus content. I'll be uploading a new video on the members this week and Patreon, so see you then.